Hello, welcome back. It's Rapid Regeneration. I'm David Escamilla. I'm not a doctor, not a medical professional. I'm not making any medical claims or any claims about diseases. I'm just a regular guy who's done my homework. I have been formally trained as a regenerative detoxification specialist at the International School of Regenerative Detoxification. I've also I've spent many years as an erudite, in other words, independently researching, trying to find the secrets of health, trying to find the fountain of youth, trying to find the holy grail of wellness and energy, because I was so desperate. Now you know my story. I spent the first couple segments, really opening up and telling you my deepest, darkest secrets about how bad it got for me, and I couldn't even tell anybody at the time. I didn't even tell my parents. I mean, I was just so I was so lost, and I was so just desolate. I mean, I didn't think that there was really a solution, and I thought I was just going to be stuck for life with horrible headaches, cognitive impairment, couldn't think straight, couldn't communicate properly. I just felt, the sinus pressure, exhausted all the time, sleeping for 12 to 14 hours a night. And I just thought I was going to be like this for life. And so at that time, I became obsessed once I started to figure out how to detox. And that was really the door that opened up for me. I suffered for 4 years. I was in hell. And finally, I stayed open-minded. I kept seeing what was out there. And I came across, almost by accident, some of this information. And it was like I looking into a doorway that cracked open a little bit, and I just peered through it. And that was it. And ever since then, I've been obsessed with figuring it out. Completely recovered, solved my problems. Now I'm going to the next level. But I've made it a mission for the balance of my life to help you. So that's my goal. I'm going to pay that forward the same way that the mentors that I had, people that I found virtually online, helped me. So that really has inspired me. So basically, now that you know the basics of the program, so you know where I'm coming from, basically you know what you're going to learn through Rapid Regeneration, you know basically how to get started and what to do. So that's all fine and good. Now on the next chapter, it's going to jump right into it. And basically, you want to roll up your sleeves. If you're having a health problem, you're ready to be the new you that doesn't, and putting that behind you, and you want to start putting in the work, amazing. So just keep paying attention, because on the next segment, it's going to get right into it. And there's a lot of science behind all this. There's a lot of logic, and there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, anatomy. And I really don't want to get too much into all that, because it's not that important to understand what the cells are doing, and the protons, and the atoms, and just start taking some action, and then seeing some results and feeling more energy, and that's going to inspire you to then learn how it all works. But there is one concept that you should wrap your mind around before you jump into all this stuff, and that is detox. You should understand what is detoxification. And basically, you're going to need to detoxify in order to get to the next level. So you need to understand what's going on, because the more you raise your awareness about what's happening inside your body, then the more effective your body will be at actually understand what your body's trying to do to get you there. Then you and your body can be kind of on the same wavelength. Otherwise, it's like a boss and an employee, and the boss doesn't know what the employee's doing, and the boss is always getting frustrated with the employee, and then the employee's like, well, the boss doesn't understand me. How can he tell me what to do? He doesn't really know what I'm doing. So you're the boss, and your body's your employee, and your body's trying to detoxify. So you need to understand what it's actually doing. Okay, so by the way, detox isn't necessarily what you think it is. It doesn't mean you're going to be in a rehab center like some junkie, shaking and going through withdrawals. It doesn't mean you're going to be in some sweat lodge, where you drink bowls of tobacco juice, and you're puking everywhere. It doesn't have to be like that. So I know that there's a lot of misconceptions. People can be resistant towards it, but just understand, okay, it doesn't have to be like that. And here's the thing is, detoxification is not really the end game. It's not the goal in and of itself, is just to detox. The point, what we really want is regeneration. That's the glamorous part of natural wellness, is when the body, and when I experienced this, it was next level, and it put my faith back into everything. When I experienced regeneration, the body renewing itself, turning over cells, becoming functional again and energetic and vibrant. That's the goal. It's not just like you want to detox. But here's the thing, is that in order to regenerate, okay, to the degree that your body is toxic, is to the degree that your body will have a big challenge to regenerate. Because if your cells are surrounded with toxins, then basically your cells, how are they going to respirate effectively? If they're constantly surrounded by toxins, if they're constantly, maybe they have a bunch of cholesterol in their wall to buffer the toxins, maybe the toxins are going into the cell, now you have a mutated cell, or you have an abnormal cell, or you have a damaged cell, and these cells are trying to reproduce, they're trying to breathe, respirate. There's all this junk around them, all this toxins and acids. They're trying to eliminate their wastes, but their wastes have nowhere to go because it's all congested. And they're trying to function, they're trying to regenerate, but they're in this toxic pool. So to the degree that you're toxic is to the degree that you're going to have a big block in actually regenerating. So that's the point. Detoxification is basically the process of your body getting rid of all this stuff that's surrounding the cells and causing the cells to have these problems. So basically, your body can be more or less toxic depending on how much toxins are being consumed. You have things like junk food, certain beverages, medications and drugs. You have harmful products being put in or around the skin and hair. You have toxins in the air that you're breathing in. And all this can happen. So how do we get this stuff out, and how does the body work to get it out? So the body is always, it's also important to understand, you're not just going to detox if you're having a problem. Detoxification is a way of life. Your body's always trying to detoxify. Even if you're completely cleaned out, if you go through all this cleansing that's going to be talked about in this program, you clean your body completely out. Let's say you eat the healthiest diet ever. You're just Mr. or Mrs. Health, and you're just eating so healthy. Well, your body is still going to be constantly detoxifying, because in this world that we live in this third dimensional plane, there's constantly wastes that are created. Whether it's from just regular digestion, you have metabolic wastes from digestion, you have just breathing in the air. Okay, you're going to have toxins that are created. You're going to have, just by moving around, by walking across your house or exercising, you're going to have lactic acid, acids that are created, toxins. And then guess what? If you're living on planet Earth, you're going to be stressed out from one time to another. Trust me on that one. And that creates a lot of chemical aftermath. That creates a heightened limbic response. and basically cortisol response. This creates chemistry in the body that's acidic, and that becomes toxic. It has to be filtered out. So your body is constantly filtering out toxins, whether you're super toxic or whether it's just from a maintenance standpoint and you're healthy and cleaned out. So, what are the systems that detoxify? What are your employees of your body, and what are they doing for you? And are they working for you? Are they have low function? They're not working well, or are they blocked? Is there some issue that's preventing them from doing their jobs? So you have first of all, your kidneys and your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is basically your plumbing system, the water-based system of the body. It's tied to the kidneys. And basically your kidneys filter out chemicals that are water-soluble, and they alkalize your body's chemistry. Okay, then you also have your skin. Your skin eliminates wastes, basically sweating. Also, gas and air can move out of the skin, so you can get rid of toxins that way. And actual physical grit can be pushed out of the pores of the skin. So this is your largest organ. It's sometimes called the third kidney, and that's your skin. Okay, then you have your lungs. Your lungs will detoxify constantly by exhaling, respirating out. All the glamour goes to the lungs for inhaling and getting oxygen to the body, which is super important but it's just as important to exhale the lungs and to eliminate toxic buildup. These same areas which become starved for oxygen, also have these toxins that need to be respirated out. And this is just one of the big benefits also of exercising and getting the heart rate up, breathing hard. It's not just to oxygenate the system, but also to eliminate wastes. Okay, then you have the colon. A lot of wastes, hopefully every day, are getting transported out of the body via the colon. You have food wastes, of course. This is also known as the large intestine, that are stored in the colon and then sent out. It's also tied into the lymphatic system. So you can have mucus or other toxins from the lymphatic system, the water-based system, going through your entire body. If they're more solid type wastes, sometimes they'll get dumped into the actual colon. Okay, finishing up, we don't want to forget the liver. The liver is more of a transmutation organ. If you want to be real technical about it, it changes compounds from one thing to another, but it does help in detoxifying. It filters out and basically transmutates certain toxins, like, for example, caffeine, alcohol, pharmaceutical drugs, many of them. And we're going to talk about liver cleansing because the liver can get very, very toxic. Okay, then you have the honorable mention to the spleen. The spleen filters out the blood system of the body. And for all you ladies, guess what? It's your lucky day, even though you might not feel so lucky. But guess what? You have an extra means, if you're premenopausal, an extra means of detoxifying the body, which is the menstrual cycle. Gets toxins out via the blood. Okay, now that you understand which systems of the body, last couple parting thoughts about detox, and then we'll get right into the meat and potatoes of rapid regeneration, cleaning out the body, getting these systems working, and basically alkalizing your body, purifying your body, and getting you on the road to regeneration, recovery, and achieving your goals. So detox is part science and part art. So it's a little bit nuanced. It's something you should commit to mastering in your lifetime. They never taught you about it in schools. I never learned about it. I had to learn about it from virtual mentors, just like you're learning about it from me now, virtually. But it is key. It's so key. So just understand that you have two factors going on. You have the degree to which the toxins are coming into the body, combined with the degree to which the body is working properly, these organs and these systems are working properly. This is the calculation to how long you can keep yourself healthy and well, to your actual health and wellness. This is the formula. So you could have a problem with the toxins being put into the body, what you're eating, drinking, putting on or in your skin or hair, and in that case it's relatively simple and straightforward, because you know what the problem is, and you need to change what those toxins are. You need to cut out the chemicals or whatever it is coming in. On the other hand, the problem you might be having is that your eliminative systems are suppressed, or they're functioning at a low level, whether it's your liver, kidneys, bowels, your lungs, your skin, or your spleen, or your menstrual cycle. And in that case, then there's more things that you need to do, including, which is exactly what we're going to talk about next. You have these multi-day cleanses, total body cleansing, herbal supplements, and those get your system back in a higher function. Even if you're eating clean and all that your environment is clean and you're not having toxins going into the body, but if these systems are down, then you're still going to be backed up, you're still going to be toxic, and you're not going to be eliminating toxins correctly. So you need both of these sides of the equation to be working, to be in balance, harmony, and start really having your body activating its self-healing process. So what's the source of the problem? And by the way, in most cases it's both. It's both the environmental and outside things coming in and the actual body itself. But you have to try to figure that out for yourself. What's really the source of the problem? And basically, the easiest way to go about this is really just to clean out these systems first, get these systems working better, and then obviously you want to cut out the worst kind of chemicals as well you're taking in, and then eventually kind of transition and start, making healthier choices of what you're eating. Okay, so, and by the way, I know it sounds like an intense experience, and it really should be mostly fun. It's actually kind of a pleasant sensation as you observe your body basically, just taking control of itself and getting this stuff out. So 95+% of the time for me personally, it's been a pleasure to watch the body detoxify. Now, even the other 5% of the time, it's still been worthwhile and fulfilling. Okay, I'm not telling you it's going to be all peaches and roses and sparkles and unicorns. You may even experience something called a healing crisis. Okay, I've had several over the years of detoxifying myself, doing so, for over 7 years as of now. I've had multiple healing crises, and there's going to be a whole segment about that. So there will be some challenging moments, but don't buy into the hype about detox and that it's some terrible thing. It's really fun. I mean, and it's worthwhile. Even the healing crises that I've had, that's really the body throwing itself into a heightened state of transformation, and watching your body do that and seeing what happens on the other side and how you feel and the increased energy for me personally. I mean, that was really cool. And I was ready for it. So just get your mindset ready, embrace it, thank your employees for what they're doing for you. Don't be an ungrateful boss, and just get in sync, get on the same page. And yeah, basically, oh God, sorry about that. Basically, the goal, of course, is to get to the point where you are in a stasis. You're simply just detoxing from a maintenance standpoint, and you've basically achieved this sort of balance. And that's a great place to be as well. So once you're at that point, now your body's just figuring out, how do I go to the next level of energy, the next level of vibrance and everything. So my goal is to help you get there, so you can experience that for yourself. So you can start asking bigger level questions like, what should I do with my life? How can I work on my relationships, and how can I serve others, and how can I have fun? And so these are the kind of questions that you should really be focusing on, not, I have this health problem, and I don't feel good, and I feel tired. And okay, once those problems go away, now you can really focus on more worthwhile questions. So my goal is to help you get there. I'm so honored to do this, and what I need you to do is to make a commitment now to keep learning. And this is really going to get ramped up this next segment. This is going to be game-changing, life-changing information. It changed my life. It saved my life. And so hang in there with me, and reach out if you have any questions, if there's anything at all I could do to help. Reach out to me on social media, or go to rapidregeneration.com. Thank you so much. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next segment.
For more information, please follow @Rapid Regeneration or visit rapidregeneration.com.